Nicola Sturgeon has said she's never been more certain that Scotland will become independent after a bombshell poll found a record number of Scots want to become independent. The incendiary Ipsos Mori poll found 58% of Scots would vote yes to leaving the UK versus just 42% opposed. When the don't knows were included, 55% would back independence versus 39% who want to remain in the UK. Reacting to the new poll, Ms. Sturgeon tweeted, "To my fellow SNP members, this level of support is hard-earned but mustn't be taken for granted. Stay focused and independence will follow. I've never been more certain. But my immediate responsibility is to lead Scotland through COVID. Right now, nothing matters more." In 2014, Scotland voted by 55% to 45% to back remaining part of the UK. Ahead of the vote, Ms. Sturgeon described it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. However, just a few years after the poll, the SNP was already pressing for a second referendum. Tensions rose in June 2016 when majorities in England and Wales voted for Brexit whilst most Scots voted to remain in the EU. In a separate tweet, Ms. Sturgeon added, "Independence is about Scotland, everyone who lives here, determining the path we want to take at home and in the world. For those of us already convinced, let's keep persuading others, with respect and civility. We all have a stake in the future we build." 9 polls since June suggest Scots would vote yes to becoming an independent country. The average has put yes on 54% versus 46% for no. In response to the poll, the government said a second referendum won't take place and the SNP must honour the result of the first poll. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has previously referred to the Union of England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland as the awesome foursome. New lockdown measures have been imposed on large parts of Scotland in response to a surge in coronavirus cases. In the heavily populated Central Belt, bars and pubs have been required to close. In protest, some bar staff in Glasgow poured buckets of ice into the street. Douglas Ross, the Scottish Conservative leader, was sharply critical of Ms. Sturgeon's handling of the latest lockdown. He tweeted, "The suggestion that cafes and restaurants should just magically know themselves if they're allowed to open, when they're fighting through a blizzard of mixed messages from the SNP government, is plainly ridiculous.